What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, two-division world champion, former unified super featherweight WBC, WBO world champion, now lightweight title contender, Olympic silver medalist, superstar boxer, Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is 19 wins, no losses, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout. He is 25 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. He reacts to fellow undefeated three-division world champion, former simultaneously WBA super world champion at super featherweight, WBA lightweight regular world champion, and WBA junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Gervonta Davis, who is now 28 wins, no loss and no draw, 26 wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. He defeated WBA undefeated super featherweight world champion Dominican star boxer Hector Garcia, who is now 16 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out, obviously, in this fight. He is 31 years of age, 5'9" with a 67-inch arm reach. So this fight, we know that I was featured on the Rise podcast, to which I've always been saying if there's anybody I feel can beat Gervonta Davis, that would be Shakur Stevenson, and also undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach, the undisputed lightweight champion. So I've always felt that if there's anybody that could beat Gervonta Davis, it would be those two guys because of their styles, because of their ring IQs, and because of their discipline, right? Gervonta Davis is an explosive southpaw with tons of power, but he has a very high ring IQ, and he can box very, very well. He doesn't get enough credit for that. But you have to stay disciplined, because at times he has too much patience, okay? And he'll let rounds slip away, right? And that was evident last night against Hector Garcia, who is an Olympian, a southpaw, but a super featherweight moving up to lightweight, 135. And he looked much bigger than Gervonta Davis, as Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney will. Devin Haney's even bigger than Hector Garcia, and Shakur Stevenson is about the same size as Hector Garcia, okay? And now Hector Garcia was controlling the pace of the fight. He was controlling the distance of the fight. He was countering Gervonta Davis, and he was clipping him with punches on the inside. You know, he was having a lot of success. I thought in the first 6 rounds, I had Hector Garcia winning 5-1 in the first 6 rounds. Now, I initially picked Gervonta Davis to win by a knockout in the 7th round. Now, Gervonta Davis in the 4th round, you can see flashes, right? You can see the adjustments he made. You can see he was getting closer to Hector Garcia, right? That's his patience, okay? He's not losing because Hector Garcia is a better fighter. He's losing because of his patience, right? And he's waiting to set up, Hector Garcia with something, but rounds are slipping away. You can't get into the 7th round with Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. They're not going to make the mistakes Hector Garcia started to make. They're not going to feel the pressure that Hector Garcia started to feel. Similar to the situation and the fight he had with Mario Barrios and Leo Santa Cruz, okay? And with that said, so I stated that, and Gervonta Davis, when I told Gervonta Davis, I feel like there's 3 fighters that could beat Gervonta Davis: Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and himself, okay? He said, you got the last part, right? I'm the only person that's going to beat me. None of those dudes could beat me. And it went viral, okay? So obviously Devin Haney responded, Shakur Stevenson responded, and, they had their responses, right? But after last night, Shakur Stevenson, too, is a southpaw that's the same size as Hector Garcia. The difference is Shakur Stevenson is a way better defensive fighter than Hector Garcia is. Shakur Stevenson is a way better accurate counterpuncher than Hector Garcia is. He's a way more calculated, accurate puncher than Hector Garcia is. He has better foot movement than Hector Garcia. So he's a much better fighter. But if Hector Garcia was having that type of success and staying away from Gervonta Davis's power, Shakur Stevenson could as well. So Shakur Stevenson, he took to social media to give his response, and he stated he absolutely can't wait to fight Gervonta Davis, okay? he can't wait, right? He said he wants that fight, and he can't wait to make the fight happen. Shakur Stevenson has the lowest hit and not get hit percentage in the sport of boxing. He's, according to the numbers, the best defensive fighter in boxing. Okay, he just doesn't get hit as much as his peers. Devin Haney is very slick. Now you look at Devin Haney's fight with George Kambosos and his fight with Yuriorkis Gamboa, and Devin Haney's fight with Jorge Linares and a few other fighters, right? Joseph Jojo Diaz. Devin Haney can control the pace of the fight with his jab. He won the first fight against Kambosos solely with the jab, okay? That's one thing that Hector Garcia was having a lot of success with, his jab. And Devin Haney is longer, have a 5-inch arm reach advantage over Hector Garcia, and he's much quicker and much more accurate with his jab than Hector Garcia is. So he can control the pace of the fight, control the distance of the fight, okay? And that's what Gervonta Tank Davis, he absolutely cannot allow if he's fighting Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. Nonetheless, Shakur Stevenson is not having a fight. Gervonta Tank Davis, he responded to Shakur Stevenson. He said that he don't have no power and he had no fights at 135, right? So we don't even know what he could do at 135. But nonetheless, okay, you know Shakur Stevenson is outgrown. He's not the biggest puncher, right? But you don't have to be the biggest puncher. That don't win you fights all the time, right? Skills win you fights. Floyd Mayweather's never been the biggest puncher in boxing, and he went 50-0. Okay, you know, you just don't have to. Paulie Malignaggi is probably one of the least biggest one of the least biggest punchers that's a world champion. He's a 2-time world champion. Okay, you don't have to be a big puncher. You have to be calculated. It's hit and not get hit. It's the sweet science. It's boxing. Okay, so with that said, you know. Shakur Stevens has enough respect, enough pop on his power to keep you honest. And like Hector Garcia has 10 knockouts in his fight, and he's 31. Shakur Stevenson is 25, okay? So he's well into his grown man strength, Hector Garcia is in his absolute prime with 10 knockouts. Shakur Stevenson has 9, okay? So Gervonta Tank Davis said, man, this dude only has 16 fights. And he doesn't have big knockouts. So he said, you know, he don't want Shakur to be his friend. I'm not looking for you to be my friend. We're going to have to make it happen. So obviously, Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur hasn't had a fight at 135 yet. Gervonta Tank Davis has another fight April 15th already lined up with undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia, who's 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. Now, what's interesting is Ryan Garcia has very, very fast hands, power in both hands, and a great jab, right? Blinding jab, blinding hand speed. And he's taller than Hector Garcia with a 3-inch. Hector Garcia is 5'9". He's 5'10.5", and he has 70-inch arm reach. Hector Garcia has 67-inch arm reach. So Ryan Garcia has 3-inch advantage over Gervonta Tank Davis, but way faster hands and way more power. But he has flat feet. Hector Garcia is more slick than Ryan Garcia. So Gervonta Tank Davis is going to have his hands full with Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia doesn't have the experience. I think that Gervonta Tank Davis' experience, the pressure he puts on, he's eventually going to get close to Ryan Garcia, and he's going to and I believe he's going to clip Ryan Garcia. So that looks like that's going to take place April 15th, Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, the thing about this is that we have to see, Gervonta Tank Davis get past that fight, and then we move on. Like he said, he wants to fight Shakur Stevenson, he wants to fight Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and then he wants to retire, right? But he did state that he wants to move up to a welterweight and become a world champion at welterweight. Hector Garcia, surprisingly, was taking Gervonta Tank Davis's punches all the way up into the 9th round. The thing about Gervonta Tank Davis is that his power carries, okay, throughout the duration of the fight. And eventually, he caught Hector Garcia, and he blinded him, right? He blinded him with a punch, right? The thing about Gervonta Tank Davis is he has a high ring IQ. He has great boxing ability. He can box lateral on the back foot. and he has the ultimate equalizer. He's like the ultimate boxer, and he's durable. He takes a punch. So we're going to have to see how this all unfolds and plays out, man. But I'm excited. Shakur Stevenson responds. He says he absolutely can't wait. It's going to be down the line, though, because we're going to see Shakur Stevenson possibly fight Jermaine Ortiz or somebody. I see Pitbull Cruz called out Shakur Stevenson finally and said send the contract, so maybe that's a fight we get. And Gervonta Tank Davis got to settle the score with Ryan Garcia. So let's see how this all unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.